Axolotl, the eternal child of Mexico. The axolotl is one of the most fascinating creatures on the planet. It never fully metamorphoses, keeping its juvenile traits throughout life, like external gills and a small, graceful body. This condition, called neoteny, makes it look like a baby forever, but it's much more than appearance. It can regenerate arms, legs, parts of its heart, and even sections of its brain without scarring, which scientists study for potential applications in regenerative medicine. They live in the lakes and canals of Xochimilco, Mexico, but unfortunately, fewer than 1,000 individuals remain in the wild. And pollution, along with invasive species, threatens their habitat. Captive axolotls thrive, and aquariums around the world run breeding programs to help preserve them. Axolotls also have personality. Some swim curiously toward the glass when someone approaches, while others hide shyly. Historically, they were considered sacred by the Aztecs, symbolizing regeneration and eternal life. Additionally, they have unique habits. They can breathe through both their skin and lungs, swim backward, and sometimes communicate with other axolotls using small movements and sounds. This animal combines beauty, mystery, and almost supernatural powers, and seeing one alive is an experience few people get to have. Ocean sunfish, mola mola, the floating giant. The ocean sunfish is one of the ocean's most curious creatures. It can weigh up to 2,300 kilograms, 5,000 pounds, and measure over 3 meters, 10 feet long, but moves so slowly that it seems almost weightless in the water. It mainly feeds on jellyfish, plankton, and small fish, and can survive for weeks without eating much, thanks to its efficient metabolism. They spend a lot of time at the surface, basking in the sun to regulate their body temperature after diving in cold, deep waters. Scientists discovered that sunfish travel long distances, up to 3,000 kilometers, 1,860 miles, in search of food and warmer waters, sometimes gathering parasites on their skin, which they use the sun to remove. Their social behavior is curious. Usually solitary, but sometimes small groups form, and they seem peaceful around sharks and seabirds, as if everyone respects the awkward giant. Fishermen used to think they were lazy or useless, but modern studies show they are vital for ocean ecosystems, controlling jellyfish populations. Seeing a sunfish floating near the surface is like encountering a mythical ocean character. Narwhal, the unicorn of the Arctic. The narwhal is one of the planet's most mystical creatures. Its spiral tusk can grow over 2.5 meters, 8 feet, and has become a symbol of myths and legends. In reality, this horn works as a sensory organ, detecting changes in temperature, salinity, and water pressure, and it's also used in disputes and communication among males. They live in the cold Arctic waters, mainly in Canada, Greenland, and Russia, with an estimated population of 80,000 to 150,000 individuals. Though they seem solitary, narwhals form small groups, hunt fish, squid, and crustaceans, and can dive up to 1,500 meters, 4,900 feet, to find food. They have unique adaptations, a heart resistant to extreme cold, and a circulatory system that efficiently manages oxygen during long dives. Researchers also noticed complex social behaviors, like swimming side by side or touching tusks to communicate. Historically, narwhal tusks were sold as unicorn horns in medieval Europe for huge sums, feeding legends that still fascinate anyone studying the Arctic. Seeing a narwhal in the wild is witnessing one of nature's greatest wonders. Three-toed sloth, the master of calm. The three-toed sloth is basically patience personified. It moves slowly but precisely, gripping branches with powerful claws that allow it to sleep, rest, and even eat safely. It can sleep up to 20 hours a day, and its digestion is so slow that a single meal can take up to a month to pass through its body. Despite the slowness, it is an efficient survivor. Its fur hosts algae, fungi, and insects, creating its own mini ecosystem and aiding camouflage. It's also a skilled swimmer, crossing rivers and lakes when necessary, showing that apparent laziness hides impressive abilities. Scientists discovered subtle social behavior. Some sloths interact with nearby neighbors, communicating through scent or slight touches. Historically, South American cultures considered them symbols of patience and the slow pace of life. Every observed sloth teaches a lesson in survival. Speed isn't always efficiency, and every species has its own way to thrive in nature. Dumbo octopus, the deep sea cutie. The Dumbo octopus is one of the ocean's strangest and most adorable creatures, living in depths ranging from 400 to 4,800 meters, 1,300 to 15,750 feet. It's practically impossible for most humans to encounter them. Its ear-like fins, resembling Disney's flying elephant Dumbo, are not just cute. They allow it to move gracefully through the dark, cold waters of the deep sea. Despite being shy, the Dumbo octopus is highly adaptable. It feeds on crustaceans and small fish, using its suckers with precision. Unlike other octopus species, Dumbo octopuses can remain motionless for long periods, conserving energy in environments with scarce food. Researchers have captured rare footage of Dumbo octopuses avoiding predators strategically, using rocks and crevices as temporary shelters. This shows an impressive level of problem-solving and adaptation. Each encounter with a Dumbo octopus is a rare glimpse into one of the ocean's deepest mysteries. Curiosity. Dumbo octopuses can also hover above the sea floor, using gentle flaps of their fins, making them seem almost like they are flying underwater. A living dream of the deep ocean. Dragonet fish, the colorful camouflager. The dragonet fish is small, but every detail is designed to deceive. Found in Indo-Pacific reefs and rocky bottoms, its colorful body and spiny appendages allow it to almost disappear when threatened. This camouflage is crucial for avoiding predators and sneaking up on prey. Dragonets are patient hunters. They can stay still for long periods, waiting for unsuspecting small crustaceans or worms. Scientists study them to understand natural camouflage and adaptive strategies, but seeing one in its natural habitat is always surprising. Reports from divers and fishermen describe dragonets vanishing into the sand or coral, showing that even small creatures can possess extraordinary survival skills. Despite their size, they are remarkably resilient, surviving in areas with larger predators thanks to their colors and protective spines. Fun fact, dragonets are also known for their mating dances, where males perform intricate movements to attract females, a tiny spectacle full of color and life. Giant anteater, the insect devourer. The giant anteater is the silent giant of South America. Measuring up to 2 meters, 6.5 feet long, it spends most of its time moving quietly, using its long, sticky tongue to consume ants and termites. A single anteater can eat up to 35,000 insects a day, making it a highly specialized and efficient feeder. Although it seems clumsy, it can defend itself impressively. Its powerful hind claws can fend off predators like jaguars or pumas, and its thick fur protects it from insect bites while camouflaging it in trees and bushes. Giant anteaters are solitary and territorial, interacting only during mating season. Scientists study their behavior to understand how specialized diets and survival strategies evolve in nature. Spotting one in the wild is rare and remarkable, a glimpse into a prehistoric-feeling creature still thriving today. Additional curiosity. Giant anteaters can stand on their hind legs to reach food or defend themselves, a dramatic pose that makes them look even more impressive in the wild. Madagascar's strange lemur. The ai is often called the monster lemur due to its huge eyes and thin, elongated fingers. It hunts at night using percussion on trees to locate hidden larvae. Its middle finger is especially long and flexible, perfect for extracting prey, essentially a natural tool. Ace are incredibly smart. Researchers have observed them adjusting techniques depending on the tree type and wood thickness, demonstrating learning and problem-solving abilities. Only a few thousand remain in Madagascar, threatened by deforestation and local superstitions, which consider them bad omens. Curiously, aye-ayes avoid humans, but are sometimes seen observing from a distance, a rare opportunity for scientists and nature lovers. Their nocturnal behavior and unusual hunting method make them one of the most mysterious primates in the world. Fun fact: each aye-aye seems to have its own signature tapping rhythm when hunting, almost like a fingerprint, helping scientists identify individual lemurs in the wild. Pink fairy armadillo, the tiny desert wonder. The pink fairy armadillo is the smallest species of armadillo, measuring only 10 centimeters, 4 inches, long, and lives in the sandy plains of central Argentina. Its soft pink shell isn't just adorable, it helps it blend perfectly into the desert soil, protecting it from predators. This little creature is a master digger, spending most of its life burrowing underground to find insects and plant roots. It can move swiftly under the sand, making it nearly invisible to the naked eye. Researchers say its lifestyle is extremely specialized, adapted perfectly to a harsh, dry environment. Despite its small size, the pink fairy armadillo faces many threats. Habitat destruction and predation by domestic animals have made it very rare. It is so elusive that sightings in the wild are extremely rare, and much of its life remains a mystery. Fun fact: the pink fairy armadillo can survive without water for long periods, getting most of its hydration from the food it eats, a true desert survivalist. Saola, the Asian unicorn. The Saola, often called the Asian unicorn, was only discovered in 1992 in Laos and Vietnam. It's extremely rare, with scientists estimating fewer than a few hundred individuals remaining in the wild. Its long, straight horns and shy nature make it almost mythical. Saolas are herbivores, feeding on leaves, shoots, and grasses, and they live in dense forests that are hard to explore. They are incredibly elusive, rarely seen by humans, which is why they remained unknown for so long despite their size. Interestingly, Saolas have never been successfully bred in captivity, so all research depends on sightings in the wild or camera traps. Their survival is threatened by hunting and habitat destruction, and conservationists are racing against time to protect them. The Saola's presence is an indicator of a healthy forest ecosystem, meaning protecting them also helps countless other species. Blue dragon, Glaucus atlanticus, the floating predator. The blue dragon is a small sea slug that floats on the ocean surface, often only 3 centimeters, 1 inch long, but it's a fascinating predator. It feeds on venomous creatures like the Portuguese man-o'-war, storing the stings in its own body for defense. Despite its tiny size, its coloration is spectacular. Metallic blue on top, silvery underneath, providing camouflage while floating on the waves. Scientists study the blue dragon not only for its unique diet, but also for how it can store venom without harming itself. The blue dragon drifts in oceans worldwide but is rarely noticed because of its size. Its survival strategy is a combination of stealth, beauty, and dangerous chemistry, making it one of the ocean's most interesting tiny predators. Although it looks fragile, the blue dragon can pack a powerful sting, capable of harming humans who touch it, a small but mighty creature. Kakapo, the flightless night parrot. The kakapo is a giant, flightless parrot from New Zealand, critically endangered with around 400 individuals left. It's nocturnal, walking silently through the forests instead of flying, and is known for its quirky, friendly personality. Kakapos have a unique mating ritual. Males create lek arenas, booming to attract females over long distances. They also live extremely long lives, sometimes over 90 years, making them one of the oldest bird species in terms of longevity. Conservationists have successfully increased their numbers through careful breeding programs, but the species remains extremely fragile due to introduced predators and habitat loss. Each kakapo is monitored closely, and interactions with humans are carefully controlled to ensure survival. The kakapo is herbivorous, feeding on seeds, fruits, and leaves, and it has a surprisingly good sense of smell for a bird, helping it locate food at night. Goblin shark, the living fossil. The goblin shark is a deep-sea predator often called a living fossil because its lineage dates back over 125 million years. It can grow up to 3 to 4 meters, 10 to 13 feet, and has a distinctive protruding jaw that shoots forward to capture prey. It lives at depths between 100 and 1,200 meters, 330 to 3,940 feet, making encounters extremely rare. Goblin sharks feed on fish, crustaceans, and squid, and their jaw mechanism allows them to snatch prey in a lightning-fast strike, despite their generally slow movement. Scientists are fascinated by its ancient features, including flabby skin and elongated snout, which make it look like a creature from the past. Conservationists know little about its population due to the inaccessibility of its deep-sea habitat. Curiosity. When threatened, the goblin shark can extend its jaws dramatically, almost like a spring-loaded trap, one of nature's most bizarre hunting adaptations.